Hello, everyone, and welcome to King of... Oh, no, it's not King of the Hill. It is the Smack Attack. I am your host, Jimmy T. He is my co-host, R to the B to the V. And sorry for the little delay. Shout-outs to Big Ray. Hey, you like that? It just rhymed. And because I got locked out of the damn StreamYard account. But nevertheless, Rick, I'm back. We are live on Hamin Media Group's YouTube channel. And, of course, on the Twitch as well. Rick, welcome to the King of the Hill edition of the Smack Attack.
Yes, a very special Smack Attack. It is the salami. Oi, 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 Jimmy T. And yes, it's me, the voice that makes all the ladies moist, RBV. Hey, we got to ask the Hamin Army. Are you ready to get Bobby slammed and feel the propane? Because, yes, it is a King of the Hill takeover for SmackDown and the Smack Attack, baby. Hey, we've got some news and notes to run through, and then we're going to talk about that. Oh, man, that rough outing for the Blue Brand. But Jimmy, yeah, man, I came into this episode. I didn't care what they were going to do with the wrestling. That could have all just been to the wayside, man. That they were partnering up here with King of the Hill. I was over the hill, buddy. I am a huge King of the Hill mark. Are you a fan of the show?
Absolutely, I am. But unfortunately, I'm not a fan of this show that we're about to talk about because I don't know, man. Well, all I do know is Triple H is on vacation right now in Greece.
The Blue Brand. That's what we're talking about. I want to talk about King of the Hill right now. That's what I was going to ask you.
I haven't watched the first episode yet. Has it already aired now or tomorrow, isn't it?
No, it has been released, buddy. They've got 10 episodes that are available on Hulu. They came out early August, so they've been out for a couple of weeks. So I don't want to do any spoilers for you or anybody out there in the chat, but yeah, if you like King of the Hill, it has been 13 something years like that since we've seen the last one. This is the 14th season, the reboot of it. They've aged everybody about 8 years. Hank and Peggy had taken up residency in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, there's some ties for some pro wrestling. He went over there. Well, it was on an Armco base doing some work there. And it's a story of them moving back to Arlen and transitioning to life. Bobby is a successful chef. He's reconnecting with some old friends. You know, him and Joseph have been together through this thing. And Hank and Peggy are getting to know their old friends and all that. It is a different tone. You're gonna get a little bit of that warm, fuzzy feeling from the original run of the series, but it is different. The characters have aged, they have evolved, personalities have changed, they're a little different. So you got to go in there with an open-mindedness that it has moved forward, but it's good. It's good overall. It's not the same energy. It doesn't pull at my heartstrings like the original, but I enjoy it. I've gone through the 10 episodes twice already, and they're going to release another 10 next season. But yeah, they were a big sponsor. Now I got to tell you, being a fan of King of the Hill, I was really disappointed with this week's show with the lack of crossover. I thought they were going to have a lot of fun with it. There was a lot of possibility there. And all we got was the freaking logo in the middle of the ring. We didn't even get like a propane slam of the week or something like that. Or
true.
I thought it would have been hilarious. Yeah, well, we just seen a couple weeks ago with the Superman crossover when they were doing the movie. They had Superman stuff throughout. They had it on LD boards, but they had themes throughout the show where they had mentioned it. We got nothing like that, man. I was trying to think of. I don't know if you got to see this, and I'm sure those in the States, going back this past year, we had a SpongeBob takeover of the NFL. And it was during a Bengals.
But I know SpongeBob.
It was during a Bengals game. It was the Bengals and the Cowboys. And they actually dropped the animations in the game in real time. So really? There was a lot that they could do. And I was hoping that, maybe we could get like Peggy Hill interacting with some of the women's division. Or I even thought, I was thinking about this just as before we hit play. It would have been great with Peggy and how bad she is with Spanish, trying to put over Triple Mania, and hyping that up.
That would have been funny.
You could have done a lot of things. You could have just had a King of the Hill match. It could have been as simple as just going after some big old hill in Boston and pushing each other down it. That would have been a hell of a lot more entertaining than what we got on this episode.
Well, what was the TNA stipulation match? King of the Mountain. We could have had something along those lines, right?
King of the Mountain. I don't know.
But
Completely
King of the Hill.
a complete missed opportunity. I thought they were going to have a lot of fun with it. I was really looking forward to it, and just came up empty-handed.
Well, I'm not going to lie, Rick. You sound disappointed even about King of the Hill, which is not good, even though you're trying to be like, yeah, I like it. But
no, I do.
Really like
I did like it, but it is different. And even like with the Bobby story, because now this doesn't give anything away. It's out there in the synopsis for it. Bobby is right around 21 years old at this point.
Wow.
And he has his own restaurant. He's a successful chef. He's living in the Dallas area, and he reconnects with Connie. And so the dynamic with the kids as young 20-somethings, that took me some adjusting, because I don't know what those kids are up to in that. So yeah, wow. So you, like Connie is like a slut. Even bring it up in there. Don't slut shame me. Yeah, like she's like into like getting trained and open relationships and all that kind of stuff. So it's almost like there's two different shows going on. You've got like Bobby's World. I'll put it there with that. Remember that great show, Bobby? There's like Bobby's World in Dallas. What's going on with him and his group of friends, and then with like Hank and Peggy and Dale and Boomhauer and Bill have going on in Arlen. So
that's different. It sounds different. I'm not going to lie.
They had to recast some of the voices. Obviously, Dale, the voice actor, passed away. So it is different. So they have a different voice. A lot of people are complaining about that, but for me, I can get over that, the voice, because I'd rather not have, it's better than not having Dale in the series. I mean, how could you have King of the Hill without Dale Gribble?
Yeah, I know, crazy.
He's just as important as anybody else.
Well, no doubt about it.
So it's not the voice that gets me; it's some of the writing. I don't think is as clever as what we're used to from the old Dale.
Well, could it be that restricted these days? I mean, it is 2025, right? You
know
how it is these days.
No,
you don't think it's that?
Get around. Comedy's coming back to it, man. It's all that Naked Gun. I don't know if you've seen it yet. Oh my god!
No, I haven't watched it yet.
You'll piss your pants. You'll piss your pants. It is piss your pants funny from start to finish. It is freaking awesome, man.
I do want to watch it. Is it still a theaters only right now?
I haven't seen it released anywhere on streaming yet, but it is still in theaters. Yes.
Well, geez, I mean, even we've got Revamp saying SmackDown was the worst.
We are going to get to it. We are going to get to it. We do have I hope some fun headlines that we can have a little fun before we have to. Yeah, this SmackDown, this blue brand, it was about as painful as a big old ripe set of blue balls. You just get grinded on. You ain't getting nowhere, man. It's just painful at the end of the night after you just realize you just got grinded on for 2 hours for nothing. But Jimmy, in a good mood. We're in a good mood. I know you have some internet issues. We got to talk SmackDown, which we're going to have fun with it. We're going to make the best of it. But we are in a party mood, because coming up later tonight, we're going to have lots of little lucha, little lucha watch party. Yes, Triple Mania, Triple A, their flagship show of the year, Triple Mania from Mexico City, the arena there. It's going to be broadcasting around the world, and we are going to be on the watch along with Let's Go Brandon here tonight. I'm looking forward to this one, Jimmy. I know you're excited for it.
For whatever reason, so am I, man. Maybe it's about time that we watch something different. Do you know what I mean? I think lately AEW, WWE have just been scoffing me, if you know what that means. It's just absolutely been a slog. Let's be honest, Rick, the last few weeks. I mean, but particularly SmackDown, though, has just been atrocious, whereas I feel Raw, even that is not the best show, but
WWE does not care about their weekly programming anymore. It's just an advertising platform. They're pushing their PLEs, their weekends, and things like that. It's just part of their business model right now. They are, and I said this a couple of weeks ago on social media. I think it just completely went over everyone's heads, and I actually wanted to revisit it just real quick because I want to talk about Triple Mania. But WWE is no longer, for a long, long time, but it's truer now than ever. They are not in the business of professional wrestling. The wrestling is a catalyst and a product. WWE is in the business of big time live events, advertising, and branding. That's what they are about right now. And their business model could work for you. It just happens right now because they're using the same business model that they are for the UFC and the bull riding. Those are just products, catalysts for the business model. So they sell out these big PLE weekends for these blockbuster deals to these metropolis areas as a destination to pump a ton of money into their markets across that board there. They're selling big time advertising now. It is more prevalent now more than ever in the WWE product about where they are plugging and playing these advertisers and growing the brand awareness. That is what it is about. You know, I was thinking more and more even about like the ESPN deal. Everyone's freaking out about a $30 fee. That is like the minimal thing. Hey, I was in 2 to 5 years, WrestleMania is going to be on ESPN, on the network. And it might
That's
even
a huge deal, dude.
And now that they're in the Disney family, I could see it even going on ABC and going on a national broadcast.
For
because
free?
It wouldn't be free for them because that's top dollar advertising and viewership.
No doubt.
You look at the big dollar deals out there for something like the Super Bowl. They want that kind of viewership. And we hear the crazy spots you get for advertising there. For ESPN, who owns the rights to the College Football National Championship. That's where they're going with this. And when you're on a broader band like that in an audience, they don't care about the smarks bitching about $30. You know how many more people they're opening their product to?
No shit. I mean, I could only imagine the ratings for that, actually, when you think about it, right? Imagine they were on ABC, prime time. I mean,
the biggest WrestleMania ever to put them, even if it's just on ESPN, where they have the National Football Championship, which is huge numbers. How
many people in the US right now? Because I know a lot of people have, disconnected their cable TV services and shit. Even here, man, a lot of people are just, stopping with cable.
They're still so I don't have
over 100 million, for example, say.
Yeah, it's still dominant. There's still a lot there because there's whole generations of people that just like to sit down and turn on their television and don't want to have to log into something here and then go through a guide to figure out.
I agree.
Even myself sitting here, I don't have traditional cable, but I have YouTube TV, which has a live package. We're talking about King of the Hill. That's on Hulu. They have Hulu Live, which is just like going through your local channels or going to your ESPNs, your MTVs, your Comedy Centrals, whatever the case might be. So, those will be available. It's like I found out today. I actually contacted my provider. I was interested in it with YouTube TV. It looks like they're pretty confident that my ESPN will be included in that. So I will be able to watch all those PLEs.
Yes, and without paying an extra freaking cent, right?
Right.
Yeah,
so it'll be included there.
I don't understand the hoopla at first because everyone I think was just confused. They just saw $30 and they were like, "Whoa,
the hammer!" Shout out to the hammer there.
Oh, is the hammer in the house? Oh shit, yeah, too.
Dropping that hammer, dropping that knowledge.
Where the hell have you been?
I think every change when you, especially when there's a dollar amount attached to something, people freak out. That's what it is.
Freaked, bro.
People freak out about it. But back to Triple Mania, man. Like you were saying, we're so used to talking domestic wrestling. What we're used to is North America, Western style. We don't get to talk a lot of lucha. It is different to us. We're not maybe as familiar with the styles. And that's what I'm eager to sit down and just kind of watch it more as an and as a fan. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Like a
triple A.
It's like that triple A.
Yes. I think we're having fun just watching as fans.
No, for sure. I'm looking forward to it, man. But, it's not the first triple A or obviously not the first triple A or Triple Mania that I've watched. I have watched previous ones, and every time I try to get into them, some of the lucha matches, they are just, I'm sure you will see.
So I think, I have not watched a lot of it. I do remember a couple years ago, I was out in California for a work convention, a great restaurant convention. And after, a long day, I love getting back to the hotel room. They had like night mixers, but man, I love that break. And there was like a 2-hour block of AAA wrestling. Wasn't in English, so I had no idea what they were saying, but I would just sit there and watch it. And I enjoyed it in that, But so tonight, so for the American fan, the domestic wrestling fan here, what kind of things can they expect, Jimmy, that they might not understand?
First of all, a lot of no selling. You're going to see a lot of that, man. I don't know if
So
things are
a
going
lot
to be
more of
different
the
now.
like the tumbling acts, some of those
Yeah,
things.
it's over the top, man. Over the top, but no one's selling it though, man. Most of the times, especially they could be flipping it over from the inside to the outside, like 10 of them at once. It's just straight up over the top. You know what I mean? But you know what? For this, I'm just gonna pretend I don't even want to hate on it. You know what I mean? I don't even want to, because that's what the style is. It's not like they try to tell you they're any different. You know what I'm saying? That's their style, and if you go into it knowing that that's the style, then you can't really shit on it. You know what I'm saying? But if you compare it to the westernized professional wrestling, even compared to Japan, and Japan no sell a lot too, let's be honest, right?
Right.
But the way in Mexico, the way they do it, it's just way over the top. Like, you know what I mean? Except for like the serious wrestlers. And when I say serious, I'm talking about towards up, you know, in the upper card. You know what I mean? It's not as bad. But, you know, everyone in the mask generally, yeah, they're going to like pretty much no sell. You know what I mean? And maybe iguanas too. But see, the iguana, I can see these guys getting used to sort of the American style of wrestling though. Like I can see WWE really sort of maybe changing it to take it more serious a little bit.
Well, I guess it'll be interesting because we do, as we were talking there, Mr. Iguana, he's going to be involved in a big mixed trios match. It's Mr. Iguana, Nino, let me see here, Hamburgosa,
Hey, by the
and
way,
Lola
artists
Vice. Go
and
ahead.
Judas Messias will probably be on the card too. He's still around, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, just I wanted to point that out. Sorry, Rick.
Got me
Continue
off
on.
there. I was mentioning the lovely, vivacious Lola Vice. I'm sure
Oh,
she's
yeah.
going to get a big pop there in Mexico City. They're going to be in a mixed trio. They're going to be taking on the Judgment Day. Finn Balor,
What?
JD, and Raquel Rodriguez are going to be representing Judgment. So we got Judgment Day. So there's some WWE representation there. Also, Natalia, she's going to be in a three-way match for the Ladies Championship. The Reina de Reinas, right? It's going to be the champion, Lady Flamer. Ooh, a little lusty Latin. Yeah, Lady Flamer. You're going to like her. And then Natalia's going to be involved in that. Fabi Apache is going to be involved in that. Do we have any other? And of course, the big main event is Vikingo defending against Dragon Lee of WWE, Dirty Dom, WWE, and Americano, El Grande Americana, WWE.
Was it El German Americano? Who knows?
Well, we don't know which Americano. We've got a number of them there. They're all from from European countries somehow, but they are Americano. There's also a big. I got it's like a multi-person cup match, Triple Mania Cup match. There's actually
that match is going to be a no sell galore, 100%.
So that's going to be the crazy everything's just thrown out.
The crazy no selling acrobatic, just nutcase top of a match. But Zayn says Nino Hamburguesa would have been in the title match, but I couldn't get to Kona any time. Nino Hamburguesa.
That's it. That's his name. Hamburguesa.
That's a great name.
So anyway. So a lot of WWE reps. I'm sure there's going to be probably some WWE representation inside of the that big melee that you had mentioned there for the cup. So it will be interesting to see if we do get some of that WWE style kind of implemented in with the Lucha Libre.
It's going to be interesting. That's why I'm a little intrigued. I mean, the Hammer wants to know, though, where is La Catalina? I'm not sure if she's on the card or not. I don't even know if she's
got
in
the card in front of
or
me.
not.
I was going to say, I got the card in front of me.
Said,
she's not on
Messias. He's on the card. There you
go.
No, Messias is. Judas Messias is.
No, he's not. Oh, he's not? El Messias. Yeah, he's taking on Wagner.
Blue Demon.
Yeah. For the Latin American Championship. Yes.
There's rumors that Alberto El Patron could sort of interfere in this main event match.
I am going with my prediction. I know a lot of people going Dirty Dom to take the mega championship. I'm still going to go with the wild card here that 1, 2, 3 new champion Americano, and he unmasked it as Del Rio.
Yeah, that's the rumor, dude. The rumor is
I know, because I've been the one screaming it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're not the only one. Put it that way, man. And
no, I am. I'm the only person on the planet that has come up with
that. Alberto joining Judgment Day? Nah, no way. That just wouldn't suit it. Can you imagine that, dude? Nah. I just don't see that working. It just wouldn't work.
Where are you going to be when Judgment Day comes for you?
Ooh, I'll be hiding. Fuck that. But, but
Yep.
anyway, it is an interesting idea, though, Josh says in the chat. But there has been rumors flying around that could happen. But Judgment Day, I don't know if he'll join Judgment Day. Maybe you're right, Rick. Who knows? We'll see. But I do hope he turns up. You know what? I'll be cool with him even coming back to WWE before anyone gives me hate already. I know what he's done. But, I mean, WWE is willing to give chance after chance, so why not?
My only thing with that is, what's the return on investment? I'm not opposed to it, but why? What does it bring to the table that pushes the product?
He's very good, dude. You know,
but there's plenty of talents out there. There's plenty of different Latin influence talents that we can bring in that's not going to bring any baggage at all.
You're right, but I will say this. He is by far, in many ways, the best Latino wrestler probably in all of Latin America in some ways. And when I say that, I'm talking about complete package, because he's the only one that understands not just the American style of wrestling, but this current version of Alberto Del Rio, though, I think is very good, man, as a real heel, real prick of a heel too. And with JBL also sometimes in his corner being just the biggest racist prick, which is the funniest thing to see.
JBL is going to be on commentary for Triple Mania tonight.
Dude,
when
he's on segments in the show, like on the show, JBL is just one cutthroat motherfucker. Dude, I'm telling you, he's just ruthless in AAA, and he's actually quite a good character. He's just JBL, but like times 100. You know what I mean? Think of it like that. He's just that out there and crazy. And Alberto Del Rio, I think, is much better in this role too. If you see the way he is now, I think he could be a killer heel in WWE right at this point, if they treated him seriously, though. You know what I mean?
Okay, but I get with it. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not one of these people that's like, oh my God, no, we can't ever forgive his past. I frankly don't care about that. I don't know all of it to make that judgment. I just question, is it completely worth it? What is the return on investment with it?
I think it's his money for Mexico, especially. I don't know. We'll see. Look, they might not even get him anyway. He might not even appear. We could be way off, but we'll see what happens.
I'm not holding my breath. It's not going to ruin the show or anything for me. I just don't completely see. I know you've been kind of a proponent saying, hey, this could make sense. Hey, if it does, then good for him. And to me, I don't know the full extent of what he has done there, so I will not pass, no pun intended here, judgment on Del Rio.
Out. Just check out some clips like later on or something like that, and you understand what I mean. He's really good right now, dude.
I know a lot of people just get hung up with the Paige shit, but Paige was a lady making her own decisions and has done some wild things in her time.
She's just as bad, man. But like Revio says, Alberto is over and money in Mexico. He is. He truly is. That's the only thing I've been keeping tabs on. He's been pretty amusing for me.
Well, if it's going to work for AAA, that's fine. But I mean, but I don't see where there's actually a necessity to have him on WWE product. Maybe there is. Spot I mean, at this point, I don't know.
I could do with a bit of a shake up, like literally. I mean, because right now WWE is in need of, first of all, some baby faces. But again, you can't have him.
Well, hold that thought, a little teaser, because I do want to talk about not just baby faces, but star power, and that is one thing that jumped out to me about this week's episode. And so hold that thought with that. A few other things I wanted to touch on here. I love that advertising. You know me. I love talking to media, the marketing side of this business. And what else do I love talking about? Little hashtag RBV eats out. How about this for a blockbuster deal? This is what we're talking about over on Facebook in the Hamin Media Group. Go over there. If you're not a member there, please go check that out. Join us there. We got a lot of cool things. We are revitalizing, re-energizing that group. We have got some awesome stuff going on. But Jimmy, throw that up there. AEW teaming up with one of my favorites, White Castle, baby. We're going to get the cheddar, bacon, cheese, slider combo packs. All Elite Eat Fest. How about that, Jimmy?
Wow. I mean, it looks good. I'm not going to lie. It's White Castle, so why not? But what does this deal exactly involve, though?
I think there's some different things. There's some hot sliders. There's some things like they would obviously get the cheddar cheese bacon. They got some desserts that you can enjoy with it here. Hey, but I think there could be a lot of fun with this in the crossover. I'm thinking, like, who would you like to see the talents that could be doing some PR there?
That's a good question, actually.
Dude, I think what would be really, really cool is oh shit, I even got glass. We can just throw them on here. It's like late night. They're out cruising the town, and you get like the Outrunners pulling right up to the drive-through with the convertible top down, and they're getting their late night slider fix on. Baby, got the Outrunners. Yeah, can't outrun the crave. You can't outrun the crave, baby.
Absolutely not. They're perfect, dude. They're perfect. Actually, as a matter of fact, why not have the runners actually do that? I mean, that'd be a good choice. I mean, who else would you even consider?
Man, to have a lot of fun, and she is one of my favorites in the world right now, but especially with AEW. Willow could have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, but no,
people would probably get on the weight thing. But hey,
she's lost weight though. That's the thing. She's looking great right now.
She doesn't need to. She looks great. She looks fabulous. She brings the energy up every time she's on that screen. I love it. We could do a little Monet, shaking it out there. Yeah.
I can picture that. I mean,
you plenty of drunk girls in White Castles late at night doing that Monet dance.
Do you prefer McDonald's, Burger King, or White Castle?
I love all of them equally, for different reasons, my friend.
I mean, I could name a few more. What about Arby's?
I always forget about Arby's, but I like Arby's. I love them all, bro. Too. I love them all. Sometimes you get that craving for that Big Mac, that quarter pounder. You got to go to McDonald's, man. Or if you like that flame broiled, you want that sometimes. Burger King's the way to go. Yeah. you can't go wrong with a sack of sliders.
Yeah, hey, shit.
I'll see you kicking around for the watch along. Clash in Paris, Clash of the Castle. I might have a clash with the Castle for Clash of Paris. I might just go get me a crave case and eat those during the watch along. I'm just going to turn my mic off and just sit here and eat White Castles.
Like Zayn says, RBV just wants to eat out. I mean, shit.
I'm still contemplating what I'm going to do tonight for Triple Mania. I don't know if I'm going to go with a dirty dozen tacos, or if I'm going to just go get like a monster burrito and go with an El Americano burrito for tonight's watch along.
You know what? I might even join you on the tacos.
There we go. All right,
some
bro.
Aussie Mexican tacos down here, man.
Go, Jock. Oh, speaking of tacos and Aussies, I found a place here, Agave Rye. It's like an upscale taco place here. They do like different creations. They'll do like candied bacon and barbecue with the slaws and all that. But they have one on their menu. I'm going to try to get this next week. I chickened out this past week. Well, I chickened out because I got chicken tacos, but they have kangaroo. They have a kangaroo taco on their menu.
What?
Excuse me? Yeah, it's a kangaroo with like some candied bacon, a pepper sauce. They got all these different flavors, man. And you can get them in flights, so you can get like 3 different styles of them. So I'm gonna balls up, and I'm going to get that kangaroo one. I want to make sure that I bring my little tripod stuff so I can record it, and I can send it to you, and we can play it here on the Smack Attack.
Wait a minute. Is it real kangaroo though?
Yeah, they have brought it in. We actually here locally have it's called Jungle Jim's International Market. And they have like all sorts of like exotic to us here, like meats and things like that. So you can get like elephant, you can get kangaroo, rattlesnake, all that kind of stuff.
Elephant. Actually, crocodile. People eat crocodile. Crocodile. Here, man. I wouldn't touch it, but I don't know. That's just me. It's real expensive. I'm sure you guys eat freaking gators.
I've gator balls. I've had those. Pierce though, but he was on with us. He said he's had kangaroo down there before.
He has, yeah, he has. Typical bloody bogan Pierce. Shout outs to Pierce, by the way. But yeah, I wouldn't touch kangaroo. Apparently, the meat is real tough with kangaroo.
I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot, man. I'm interested.
I'm gonna see this.
So yeah, they got all sorts of crazy like concoction tacos, but it's pretty good. So I saw that kangaroo and I popped, and I thought about pulling the trigger, and I was like, I'm gonna wait. I gotta get a little more courage before I do that thing.
You probably like it, dude. What do you mean?
They got other different.
Sure.
They got these guys know what they're doing, man. There's some wild ones on there, but all the flavors just come together, man, and they're freaking incredible. Speaking of incredible, Jimmy, did you know that right here on this platform, this very platform that we are on, the Hamin Media Group YouTube channel, by the way, is growing leaps and bounds each and every day, man. We're getting higher numbers, higher views.
Yeah.
We're the kings of live streaming 7 days a week, my multiple live streams, all that. But on Monday nights at 9:30, we are home of the absolute best TNA wrestling analysis on the planet. Did you know that?
That's right. Yes, absolutely.
The Impact Attack, the OG, the mothership, the first show that helped launch the Hamin Media Group, the Smack Attack. Yeah. Big Ray and Ben Hamin way back in the day. Of course, now the guys that steer the ship that keep you going in that right direction, talking all the good things. TNA, it's the Impact Attack with Let's Go Brandon and the Vet. But some big news there, brother, if you want to flash it up. Gail Kim asked the big question. We've got the talk of the town.
Should we get that off? There you go.
Yeah. The talk of the town is about TNA distribution, and they were shopping their rights to some networks. And we heard the rumors out there that possibly TNA Wrestling could find a new network home with a company already working with WWE for a little support here. So Gail Kim throws out the question there on the X. I want to get your thoughts, and the chat's not here. She says, seeing all the gossip about TNA on here, so would you guys rather TNA grow on a bigger platform with WWE influence, or keep it small while maintaining what the heart of TNA is? Gail says she has thoughts, of course, but waiting to say that. Love to hear everybody else's. We also got right there the great, the mastermind, the brilliant Mr. Vince Russo, and that he is all about heart, but also understands the business side. Jimmy. Triple fight, aisle 5. Where do you stand here? Is TNA, or are they kind of expanding too much here? Should they just stay true to who they are? What do you think about the overall possibility of them going to a bigger network, and more so their partnership with the WWE?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because rumors are flying high and around right now about TNA possibly being sold to WWE, and apparently rumors are to be true.
I did see that.
Allegedly, WWE have first dibs at TNA, at buying TNA if they were to sell. So I don't know what's going on there, but as far as staying with WWE or getting on a national platform, obviously a good TV deal that is, I don't know, man. That's a tough one, dude, to be honest, because if WWE were to buy him out, just say, they're going to neglect him. They will. They're going to end up neglecting him. This is how they are.
Why would you say that? I mean,
look at their track record. Look at their track record. Well, WCW, for one, they never did anything with that, which they should have, really.
I mean, you're talking about different eras, and that was a cutthroat rival.
I get that. I totally get it. But still, it could have kept a lot of viewers, because they lost a lot of viewers after that, and it was a slow, gradual decline. But that's for another time. ECW, they treated like crap, except for one-night stands. And then you've also got, what do you call it? Evolve is still Evolve, I guess. Not much has changed, because Evolve is still Evolve. And NXT, they've done great because it's theirs. But even with AAA, I don't trust them just yet, because the talk about them and them turning into NXT Mexico is a big possibility. Do not put it past them in doing that still.
Well, if that's what you're doing, you're building it. So did you think in any existence that WWE was going to buy a property and keep it at the same level as the flagship? That doesn't make any sense. Yes, they are buying these for distribution.
I'm not saying that, but at least elevate it, man, a little bit, where you can now do AEW, say, with that secondary company, if you know what I'm saying. Wouldn't that be funny and hilarious if you think about it?
Well, they're all talks. Couponer brought up in the chat there as another rumor there. I don't think it's much rumor, because it was asked to the TNA CEO about, if they can get help getting on a network that has ties to WWE and moving TNA to Wednesday nights to go head to head with AEW. The CEO said, "Hey, we're open to anything right now. We're in anything. All the cards are out there. Let's have the conversations." I think that is a great attitude to have with it. Now, I would say, we brought up, we heard about ECW. ECW is one of those as well. When it got a better distribution deal, a lot of the product got exposed that it wouldn't work on a larger level. So there is something to be said about remaining that kind of that niche, that cult following. Once you go step through that door, though, I mean, would that be too much for TNA? Is there no going back once they sign that deal with the devil?
Yeah, I don't think there's any going back once you sign that deal with the devil, dude. That's it. They're done. Like, it's totally over, after that. But again, I don't know how real and how true these rumors are, but if you got Gail Kim teasing things, I mean, where there's smoke, there's definitely fire, man. And I think that's the goal in the end. As long as WWE, if they want to be smart, smart asses and use TNA to go up against AEW and try to humiliate them, okay, cool. That means I will elevate the company, not obviously to WWE level, but heck, at least to an AEW level, right? I mean, but the only thing is, I just feel like they're going to end up having trouble juggling all these shows and programs, and it's just too much professional wrestling, especially if it's WWE. They're going to end up putting that WWE shine on it.
Well,
and then it's not going to feel...
The biggest thing with it, you're going to have the fingerprints. And Hammer's saying here, once you sell your soul, that's it. There's no going back. So again, here for TNA, they could be good. This could be the move that truly propels them. They've tried it a couple times in the past. We saw it with the Hogan run. It fell a little short. They had other times in the company's history where they had some momentum going. At this point, though, you take that deal with WWE, I feel confident that they could solidify that number 2 spot, that they could get that great distribution. But the scary side of that is you're saying, Jimmy, at any time, WWE could slit your throat.
Oh, absolutely. They can if they want. And they're petty, too. They don't give a shit.
The Hammer knows it. He's seen the inside of this business. He knows what goes on from that office inside out. We've sat here for years, a front row seat in a masterclass to understand that's the way that they do operate. But, the CEO there at TNA, him and Khan, Nick, they're old dogs, man. So they make their deal whatever.
Dude. The Hammer's like 100. After what you just said there, Rick.
WWE building an army to take down AEW. Jesus Christ.
And see, look, let me just get one thing straight. But one thing, a lot of the AEW marktards online are totally like WWE is worried about AEW. I actually don't believe that. I actually truly think they're not worried about AEW. The only reason why because if they were, why would they go head to head with them on pay-per-views, for example? You would avoid it, right? If you were worried about it, you would avoid them at all costs.
I think there is a little where there's smoke, there's fire. Yes, and I have been one of those people that just saying what you were saying, Jimmy. I think it is over exaggerated. It's something that fans want to rally behind because it does make it a lot more fun when there's a big wrestling war to be had here. Again, WWE is no longer in the wrestling business. Tony's trying to be a wrestling company.
Right.
I get that. But I do see, the reasoning behind. I think that they do. I think WWE has
petty, bro.
I think they just had some fun taking shots at them.
That's all it is. I'm telling you, man.
That's all it is. Knowing that, hey, and I even think because we're getting these rumors here that they're going to hold was it All Out or All In? Which one is the one that's coming up here? All Out. So that WWE is going to run an event in Indy that same week.
Right.
They go head to head with it. And it looks like that's probably where we're going to be getting the Lesnar and Cena match.
But is that a big enough main event to go against that in a way?
Absolutely.
We've seen this match.
Yes.
On paper, absolutely it is.
Yes.
But at the same time, we have seen that match a million times over, dude.
It doesn't matter. Those are two mega stars. They are bigger than anybody, arguably a combined roster of AEW. One of them is bigger than everybody over there. That is just putting on a WWE show inside of itself, but coming with a home run like that two of the biggest names of the last 2 decades in professional wrestling, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, for the final time. The farewell tour absolutely smashes anything that AEW can do. And I know that some are going, oh, how could you say that? They're gonna put on a 17-star banger at 8. The masses don't care about that. They don't give 2 shits.
Let's be honest, storytelling is what the art of wrestling really is, man. Not fucking movesets.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley, not anywhere on the level of a Brock Lesnar or a John Cena when it comes to draw inside of professional wrestling.
Draw, no way. But as athlete, absolutely, probably even better than all of them, both of them.
Great. Yeah. That sells.
Again,
people are lining up for that.
For me, with pro wrestling, it's all about the art of storytelling and not movesets.
Yeah, they'll counter, AEW will counter Brock Lesnar and John Cena with Bobby Lashley and Speedball Mike Bailey. Tune in for that.
No, but realistically, it'll probably be, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Yeah. Which, great. It's going to be a banger of a match, 100%.
That's great for your 500,000 fans. Wonderful.
But you see, also a part of me thinks it's not even going to affect AEW really so much either, because their fans, as crazy. And can I ask you a question before we get into SmackDown? Because I'm starting to think this way to an extent, do you think their fan base, and I'm talking about the AEW fan base, is actually hurting AEW to some extent? Because of the attitudes?
I think it is. It's a very entitled, you have to get on board with the way we're doing things. I think the way they defend their product, and I say defend, which they should be pitching and hyping and wanting to share and grow their audience, it doesn't seem that they fully understand or grasp how to do that. And inside of it, it is that way. They are one of the anchors around that product. I was just there. I went Wednesday. I was just there.
Wait, you didn't end up going in though, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
I was there. I was in the arena. I got some stuff.
Dude, you're joining us on that wreckage
live right now. But yeah, there was.
You better be around for the wreckage then.
A lot of fun stuff. I'll try to do a run in about it. But yeah, there's a lot of cool things there. The environment is great. There was a great little venue for it, but there is something in their style with that fan base that it does hold it back from growth.
I feel that way too. I mean, and a few of our listeners are also. I mean, Zayn says they're an anchor on a noose. I mean, shit. That's a good one, actually.
I like that. Cool. Yeah, they are.
But they don't realize it, though. They think they're supporting the company, but really they're just so blind. They got such... Anyway,
I think it's because it is. I think it's because it is a younger fan base that doesn't actually, understand professional wrestling.
And they haven't been watching for as long as you think either, actually.
And, when someone tries to correct them, a critique is now seen as a massive criticism. It's just
insult.
A critique.
It's the biggest insult.
Yeah, it's insults. Instead of trying to help or coach and teach, they immediately go on the defensive like you're attacking them. And I think with a younger fan base, you've seen that just in society is they lack social skills. Like they don't. It has to be their way or no way. They don't know how to bend, how to meet in the middle, how to conversate, how to open their horizons to take things in.
Yep.
100%,
man, 100%. Sorry,
it's a younger fan base, and it's a generational issue.
Yeah, it's just you guys need to chill the fuck out, man. You know what I mean? Charles,
chill out, AEW fans.
Yeah, Charles the Hammer Orphan says, "Sounds like my shoot job." I know. I mean, come on, you know how it is, Hammer man. It sucks all the time.
It's going out into the arena at an AEW show. You want to start shooting a few people. Speaking of shooting yourself or others, let's go ahead and do it, Jimmy. Let's jump into this week's Blue Brand review. A little SmackDown. Hey, this is going to be quick. We're going to knock this one out in about at least 30 minutes, right around that mark, my friend. But we are coming. It's last night, August 15th, from Boston, good old Boston, Massachusetts. heart and soul of the USA. Great Patriots have fought their way there. And now today, WWE makes their return to disappoint the masses.
But
Jimmy, let me ask you this, though. Go ahead.
Yes, please. And I was going to say, you said about disappointing the masses. It definitely disappointed all of us. But I will say the Boston crowd was kind of hot, though.
Good hot wrestling fan. There was something of note here real quick that I will ask you. Boston, Massachusetts, for the regular tour, probably one of the more rich in the history, especially, with the great memories. I know they got the new arena from the old Boston Garden, but they brought a lot of that over to the new facility here. So it's one of the more historic feeling arenas, since they don't regularly hit MSG anymore, especially I can't remember last time we saw any television from there.
There was one earlier in the year, I'm pretty sure, maybe two from Raw. For Raw. Yeah, recently. I think there was a Raw from MSG.
I think they stopped running because it was so expensive to run television from there.
They still do it, but not as much, like you said, man. It's true. But anyway, yeah, Boston is one of those cities, though, definitely, that's right up there as a traditional wrestling city, and usually a pretty good one at that, too. One of the best, if anything.
So, a good crowd for him, but very disappointing that the masses in Massachusetts received this show.
The masses.
But Jimmy, let me ask you this: we've been doing this show, you and I, together here since the Super Bowl. That was our first go of
Is that when we started? You and
that was our first one.
Wow,
that was our first one.
Time flies.
Yes, sir.
Jeez.
What is the running theme for? I guess there could be multiple answers here, but let's see if you get the one I'm looking for. The worst thing that we have constantly been talking about on SmackDown. What's the worst thing? I know there are multiples, but maybe what I'm looking for here.
Well,
what's a division? It's a division.
Well, obviously the tag division's the worst fucking thing.
There we go. That's what we said.
And we got a lot of that on this show, by the way.
We only had one singles match. Every other one was a tag match. And ironically enough, the singles match had a tag team champion in it.
That's why I hate this show even more than Vic and Vouch. Because one thing I can't stand, I don't mind tag team wrestling. I hate multi-man matches generally. I'm talking about anything over two guys on each team. But when you have a whole bunch of tag matches and then you have one single match, who the fuck booked this shit? And what are they trying to do, man? Are they trying to convince us that this tag division can go?
I know you guys are going to talk about it in the records. There is a lot to talk about here in this tag division, but I did leave Wednesday early, and I kind of tuned out early in the show because I saw they announced 2 6-person tags and an 8-person. I was like, yep, it was all on Wednesday.
I haven't watched it yet. So
yeah, you get a women's 6, a men's 6, and then an 8-man. I was like, God, I'm out of here. So I checked out. So
what's his obsession, dude? What's up with Khan's obsession with multi-man matches?
It's his love for Japanese wrestling, and you can see the going back. He was a guy that was into fantasy wrestling, role play wrestling. So when you got all these people that are joining your little federation online, you want to try to get as many people involved into things like that. So I think that's what he's doing, and that's
the Hammer's right. I'm sure 8-man and 6-man tag would be easy. You know what I mean? Of course. I mean, more men.
You don't want to go somewhere and watch an entire night of it.
No. As a viewer, it sucks. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's no way. But as a wrestler, for sure, that makes sense.
You know what? I got a free ticket, and I still should ask for a refund.
That bad.
Yeah.
See, now I'm not looking forward to.
I should go find the guy that gave me the ticket, and kick him in the nuts. They didn't do Collision on the same night, did they? Did they take Collision as well? No, it was the next night, and I sat that one out because I had to be at the track. So
yeah, no, you probably done the right thing because that's the show of multi-man tags. If anything, you know what I mean. Usually, I'm surprised they did that on Dynamite though.
Yeah, so that's what we got here. But anyway, back to the SmackDown here. So we'll hit our big talking points. We got a lot of tag team action that we're going to talk about. So you know what? Let's just do that. Let's jump in with that conversation, Jimmy. Tag teams galore and then some more. Let's make some sense of what we got. Are we at a hard reset here? We've got new teams that are showing up. We've got guys that were seemingly hot that are now just going out there and doing enhancement spots. And another regular theme, They're juggling around. We can't figure out what the hell is going on with the Street Profits. So now apparently they are back to just straight white meat baby faces with little B-Fop, who ain't going anywhere apparently here.
Yeah. First of all, have you noticed they've done this to him one too many times, dude? Where
they do it like every other week.
They've become the big show of tag team wrestling now. No, really, man. But think about this. In the space of a year and a half, they've literally switched between babyface and heels. Like
they had that stretch when before they won the belts back there at WrestleMania weekend. They had that stretch, where they were in the black and they just didn't want the smoke. They were bringing the fire. They were going to carry the division. We were excited. Both of us were. We thought and then they won the belts, and it's back to, solo cups and dancing around all happy. And now and they were going back and forth with kind of those personalities. Apparently now what we're seeing in the last couple of weeks and solidified last night, we're just back to everything's cool.
It does feel like a reset. Actually, it does. And I mentioned this even after, was it SummerSlam? I felt like it was a reset even then. Whatever's going on with WWE right now and their writers and whatnot, like I said, Triple H was definitely not there today, last night. That's a fact because he's overseas in Greece right now with his whole family.
He doesn't need to be there at each and every one of these. And here's another thing with this tag division. So we've got the Profits now that look like they are just back to being the baby faces of the division. Right. They go over in really nothing really to talk about here. Lackluster match with DIY.
God,
those guys are still being presented as top heels in the division. Yeah, I mean, that's still for debate if they're over or anything. I did like that they did play into the throat thing for the finish.
Oh, that was cool. And Candice LeRae actually was actually pretty good for them too, in many ways. Even though I can't stand her though.
Well, you have Candice involved there, so that's why we've got Nikki or not Sister Abigail, the Witch with the champs. The champs weren't even on this tag team heavy SmackDown.
I don't even care.
But then you gotta include people like B-Flop just so you can get those lady spots in there. But okay, so they go over. Profits over there. I did like the play to the throat issue with Gargano in the finish, so the heels can kind of rally around that. Like the baby, they cheated us. They can kind of play to that, so they don't totally lose their momentum. But now also in the division, this out of just nowhere, haven't seen them for weeks, obviously because Miz was away, but they act like that was over with. It was done, but apparently we're just, hey, Cena is a hard reset. R-Truth, forget about all that months of creative. Now forget everything with Miz and Mello. They're back together. They're right back to square one that they were 6 weeks ago.
Although they are teasing a breakup again.
That's the same thing they were doing.
I know, you're right.
Before they told us that Mello was moving on without him, and Miz went
to go. Do I have to neuralize you, Rick? Neuralized Rick. You're supposed to forget all that. Forget it. Just forget that even happened. We're replaying it right now instead. Like literally, we're replaying what happened then again now after how many weeks has it been since we've seen Mello and Miz again?
I mean, he was away doing the American Gladiator thing. I get that. But now we just act like, okay, just go all the way back to even before Miz left. We're going to just restart this whole can't Miz, Mello can't Miz, whatever the hell crap, Miz is stepping over him, trying to get what he wants. Is he manipulating Mello? So we're right back to that, which it wasn't even intriguing then. And it's way less intriguing now.
It sucks, man. And Mello is way better. Just keep him away from the Miz, please. I like Mello. I'm a fan of his. Yeah, he's a bit on the smaller side, but I think he does have something.
I like both of them.
I'm a Miz fan. I never used to be, but I definitely respect the Miz now with what on who he is and what he's done in this business. He's definitely one of the best, like six men in WWE. And when I say that, he's achieved everything. But if you need someone off the bench that can carry the whole sort of show, you can actually break that emergency glass and break out the Miz.
Okay. All right. So my big question here with this is takeaway from this tag division. So it looks like we're some kind of reset, redirection here. the guy you mentioned, Triple H is on vacation. We don't need him there. You got to be there every week. You should be able to delegate. But we do know who runs SmackDown. Who is our creative there?
Well, I'm sure Pritchard would be running things.
Road Dog.
Oh, yeah, but Pritchard would be there too. And Road
Dog. I get this, though. You're Road Dog. You're creative for now. Control. What are you known for? You helped define an era.
Tag racing.
Yeah, one of the greatest tag teams, the Outlaws. Road Dogg himself has been a career journeyman in tag teams. Don't you think he'd take a little more pride and want to elevate and not be known for having one of the worst tag divisions ever?
You're right, and it puzzles me, dude. But again, I can't. That's why I'm asking Rick. Are they that stupid? I can't think they are that stupid.
Apparently, they are that
play
stupid.
Here.
I don't. Are they that stupid, or do they think we're that stupid?
You know what? It could be the latter. I mean, I won't lie, bro. No, but really, for real, I do truly think. I mean, come on, you're telling me these guys don't think that these fucking fans are. We've seen it a million times. They're just a bunch of marks. They're stupid. They don't know any different. They don't care. But at the same time, I know they're in tune with what the internet, the broader internet fan base say, right? They know this because they know. They call out on it plenty of times. So that doesn't make sense either. You know what I mean? So I don't know what they're trying to achieve by doing this crap. I don't understand with this start-stopping bullshit with the tag teams. I don't understand what's going on. The only thing I can say is that not everything is what it seems, in the back when it comes to WWE. I think there's some sort of power play going on.
Here's what it does seem. Tag division sucks, and I'm done talking about it today. That's what it
sucks. That's
the reality of it.
We'll
talk about another tag division, the women's tag division. I thought was one of the highlight segments, or the highlight segment of this episode of SmackDown. And we have got Chelsea Green and the Secret Harvest. Looks like they're going to be getting themselves into an extended program here with the recently crowned women's tag team champions. Of course, last week we saw Chelsea and the girls interrupting the championship celebration, and Chelsea eating some cake. A little bit of revenge for them here this week. They're standing tall there, but fortunately for Piper, she takes a big L there to Alexa. I'm looking forward. I think that these five ladies can give us some gold here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, at least the ladies division in terms of tags is a bit more intriguing and actually more entertaining to watch over anything the men's are doing right now. So, yeah, I'm cool with this.
I like this program. I really like everybody involved in this thing, especially Piper as a standout. You really watch what she does, man. Her body language, her movements. She's very subtle in that, but she adds to every scene.
For a big girl, man.
I think Fire is really finding her way. She's catching a little fire there inside of this group. And I think, being able to work with Piper and Chelsea, certainly she is getting that nice rub, that experience there, learning with them. Chelsea, can't say rave enough about what she does and everything that she has given. And then on the other side of that, with the babies, Charlotte's rejuvenated. She's having fun. This is some of the best work we've seen from her in a long time. And Bliss is just good. And she's so over and she's so beloved. I think this is going to be a great program going forward, looking to see these guys each and every week. The developments we get. Hopefully we get an extended program with them. We also have, maybe this is going to intrigue you, the vet, you guys. Looks like Tiffy Time might be moving into a program with Julia, representative for Julia. What the hell's her name? I can't ever remember. It's freaking right, gorgeous. Not Julia. What's her representative's name? Tits McGee.
Henley. Is it? What's it called? I forgot it.
I ask this every week. I cannot remember her name.
I know, and I say it after I freaking remember. Isn't it fucking something?
Well, anyway, it's too much time that we're wasting on that. Tits McGee comes up and tries to give Tiffany her card so that she can have Kiana James representation, and she can promise a champ a great branding. They're going to take her to the next level, tremendous representation and protection to make sure that she holds on to the championship. But Tiffy Time, she's already got a championship and she's doing all right, so she doesn't need it. So Kiana reminds her, well, if you're not with us, you're against us. And just because Julia has a championship doesn't mean she can't come take yours. So a little teaser that we get from the women's division there. So we got some women's tag and SmackDown singles women's stuff going on here on the show. Also, Jimmy, like to welcome the world, introduce the world. Go ahead.
Oh, it's Kiana James, by the way.
I saw it. I said her name.
Yeah, I was looking it up anyway, but yeah. But thank you, Zane. Yes.
We have got a brand new team member to the blue brand. Sami Zayn, the trade has been made. I don't know what brought it about, how the deal went down, but he is an official member of SmackDown, and he is here to make a statement. Sure, he's been eyeing. He wants that world championship. He hasn't forgotten about it, but he did realize that there's another championship that he's never held before, and it's the United States Championship. So yes, we have got the Pacific Islander, the Samoan Solo Sikoa, going to be defending off the gentleman on the chase, that Syrian maple syrup sucking Sami Zayn. What says U.S. Championship program better, man, than the Samoan and the Syrian Canadian going for that gold there? They're getting into it. My family tree. They're on the beatdown. Here comes Big Jim. Big Jim on the save. They need another save. Jacob Fatu comes out, and we get the setup in the opener. So we're going to bookend this with this program here. All this out. He sets it up. Main event. 6-man tag action was our closer. Opening and closing with my family tree here, Jimmy. And there is another save we're going to talk about here, but this is really the one that made me realize you got no Cena on this show. Obviously, we haven't seen Brock since SummerSlam. No Cody on this show. SmackDown seriously lacking in star power. This is a terrible roster.
Understatement. Terrible, bro. Obviously, Cody's probably in Australia right now filming with Roman Reigns, the Street Fighter movie. That's why I think it was the wrong time. Why make him champion if he's going to go away for a while?
We don't need losing one person. Because, I mean, John's on limited dates here. We knew Brock wasn't going to be here regularly. So is it that significant so essentially we pretty much don't have John and Cody? It's that much of a dip, a drop-off?
Well, think of this.
That's Zayn, the difference in our superstars?
Well,
and now Sami Zayn's going to be the one to pick up the slack?
And LA Knight, I assume, now has crossed over to Raw. Like
that might have been the deal. That might have been the trade.
That has to be the deal. I mean, but like Revamp said, do we have to figure it out like ourselves? Obviously, they didn't even tell us. But I'm assuming that's what the deal was. And is that even a fair trade when you think about it?
That's besides this. Even if it was it Revamp that said that. You know what's cool? You know what's cool? Would be really cool. What do we love in sports? Trade deadlines or when teams are negotiating. Yeah,
but they're not going to.
Why don't we see that? Why don't we see that on social media? Hey, breaking news! There is a big deal going down. GMs are talking right now about an exchange. Tune in Friday to figure out which talent is going to SmackDown, and then tune in Monday to see which one's going. Why is that shit so complicated? We love that in sports. We love when they have to negotiate contracts, when there's trades, things like that. All that backdoor kind of shit. Why can't we have that in the program?
They're fools, dude. I don't understand that either. To me, the best draft times or even trades was the very first draft in 2002.
They've never gotten a draft right. They've never. It's always been BS.
I know, but it was a lot better than any of this crap that we've had the last 20 years, pretty much.
So anyway,
think about that, man.
That's the big story of this one is Big Jim and Sammy. Been a while since they teamed up, but they still brothers. Is Jacob Fatu going to play nice?
I think he will, but I don't agree with it. But
I love
by
that.
the way, Josh, that's a great idea.
I'd love to have that kind of stuff on there, and I hope that they are open to doing some cool shit like that, man.
If they're smart, they would work together on doing that. But we'll see what happens.
They should do a ton of stuff like that.
Now that they're on ESPN, they'd be fools not to, right?
Why not have been doing that? Do it now. Lead into that. Start selling all that stuff like that. I know they can't. There's probably some contract, but you can allude towards that kind of stuff.
Well, this
that's a whole other conversation. On that there. But yeah, so we at the end of the show, the big thing here's my family tree. I like these guys. I think Solo has come a long way. Less is more with them. We do not need them in multiple segments, and I don't think we need them
shows.
I don't think we need them wrestling that much.
That I agree with 100%. I'm just sick of these bloodline storylines, though, dude. We've got, what's happening now? Instead of having, remember there was NWO Hollywood and the Wolfpack, right, back in the day? Except when the Wolfpack became the elite version of NWO, then you had, all the B plus players of the NWO become the black and white version, if you remember. This is what it feels like. It feels like the two B teams are going at it. You know what I mean? Instead of the real bloodline. And I feel like it's been overdrawn.
Maybe there is something where people can see that, where they just kind of know,
Do we need these stories? They should have.
I mean, nothing against them, but we wouldn't have been tuning in to like WCW Saturday Night interested in Disco NWO versus Vincent NWO.
Right, but you know what I'm saying, right? This is and I'm not saying that they're B plus players, because they're not. But
I know what Zayn's saying. They have to wrestle eventually. Yeah, eventually. I don't need it every week with these guys. I think Solo's money right now is in continuing to let him develop that character. Maybe one segment a week, you let one of his fall guys go out there, get beat up by Sami. Whatever terrible Tonga can do. You gotta protect Tala Tonga. And I guess at this point with Mateo, we should just change his name to Belly Tonga. That dude's packing on some. That guy is hitting. He is running laps, NASCAR laps in that catering buffet line.
He's never seen catering like that in his life.
Cobb's never been like that, right? I've never seen him that way. I know he's more of a stockier cannonball build.
Look, he's always been stocky, always, but not with a freaking belly like that, dude. He's freaking gut. He's hanging out here now, bro.
We know what
for real.
Mateo stands for eating potatoes, meat and potatoes, because that's what he's been shoveling in.
Mateo eating baked potatoes. A bit too much. Too much starch, brother. Too much starch. You know what I mean?
Right.
But no, in all seriousness, though, I hate to say this, and I'm a fan of Mateo, right? Even before his WWE run, long
meat
before
and
his WWE run.
potatoes.
Yeah, but he's starting to look like a bum now, dude.
Yeah,
I hate to say it.
Really that's why I think less is going to be more with these guys. We're getting too much exposure with them. But so that is what we get here. But the feel good moment though, Jimmy, is Sami and Jacob shake hands and they embrace, they hug.
Let's not have Jacob Fatu friggin' all happy all the time, please.
Like, Sami even did the Jacob Fatu dance there, man. Give me yours. You're a Fatu guy. Give me your Fatu dance there, Jimmy. Come on.
Well, I would if I had more room to do it over here.
Come on.
You know what he's doing, dude? He's doing an Umaga boogeyman sort of dance, bro. That's what that is.
Yeah.
But it's more boogeyman. Do you know how
I think I actually just fucking pulled something.
No, but really, it's really a thing. The boogeyman used to do very similar dance, the same with Umaga when he does that little shake. You know what I mean? But other than that,
other than that, the only thing else we had on this show of really of significance is Drew McIntyre. He addresses the WWE Universe, and Cody's not there to reply or anything. But Drew did not attack Cody. Cody had this coming. Cody brought it on himself. We get the slow walk through. We don't even have an injury report on Cody. So Drew, is he hiding? What's up here? Why are they protecting the pretty boy with his face when it should be Drew's? And I think what we all kind of knew was coming, we talked about last week, is Drew's coming for you, Cody. He wants that championship.
See, he should fly over then to Australia. If he really wants Cody, he should fly over and attack him. That would be riveting, right? I mean, do something like that. You really want him so bad. Come fly over here and attack the guy, right? So, I mean, you know what's sad about Drew McIntyre? He's back in that spot. And look, it's a good spot. Don't get me wrong. But he's just that guy that's always there in the main event when they need him.
Well, he's a made man. He's a made man. It can heat him up.
He's a loser, bro.
I guess that is the bigger question here. And maybe Hammer still with us. Maybe you can give us a little insight into this. When you are a made man, a made talent in this business, what is the line you walk where they can only heat you up so much? You can only run something through the microwave so much before it turns to complete rubber and it's lost its flavor.
Yuck. That's when it's really bad. Yeah. And that's the thing, dude. Not only have they overcooked him at times.
What is too much? When do we just tune out? Or I think it was you and I, maybe we were talking about it.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Is it okay enough? Should we not worry about the destination? I don't think any of us think that Drew is going to take that championship off of Cody.
No,
should we just, instead of the destination, should we really just enjoy the ride, the journey there? Because Drew's going to deliver.
He will deliver, but I'm sure it's going to get frustrating for him that he has to deliver for nothing. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys. I know, look, the championships are prop and blah, blah, blah. It's all about money and this and that. But make no mistake about it. Some of these guys are real proud to be holding those belts, even though it's.
I don't know. I argue with Hamin about this all the time. It shouldn't be just a prop. I argue with him on air about this for years.
I hate that. I hate hearing that. That burns me too, because it's, to me, as a wrestling fan, if I was a pro wrestler, like from being a fan as I am now, right? That would be one of my goals, is to achieve that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't necessarily think you should be like a total like mark, like, oh, I got to have belts. Because I've met people
not
like that.
A Bret Hart mark, if you know what I mean.
No, I think Bret's is the way to go to it, because being champion meant something to Bret, because it meant you were the top of the company. You were the guy they were looking to make 100%. Sure that asses were in the seats. That's where it should mean something. That it means that much to Bret. That's the right way.
I know, but people just think, look at it
people like, that think, a lot of people think a belt makes them like, I got a belt, so I must be good. No. You've got to help make that belt and be a workhorse.
And make no mistake about it, even though it's someone that picks who's going to be champion, you're still representing the company, and you're still basically the best in the company in their eyes.
Of this run here with Drew, I'm okay with if he doesn't go over on Cody. Cody needs. I don't care. Cody needs a viable dance partner, someone that can go out. Drew's a great villain. He's going to get people to rally around Cody. It's going to elevate the champ, elevate Cody. Drew's going to look great, and it's going to be one hell of an entertaining ride for us fans.
Oh, no doubt about it. I'm sure they're going to hit it out the park. That's 100%. These two can't put on a bad match. So I'm looking forward to it.
The match. I just want the story.
No, and the story, but again, the story is probably going to let us down, Rick, because we're not going to get too much interaction between the two of them, especially that they're coming up for
the
Clash.
Words. It's to say, Vet talks about this regularly. We get too much physicality with these programs. I'm glad that Cody is not only on the other side of the world, but in another hemisphere. He's on the other bottom side. He's down there with you.
He is kangaroo bouncing around. Well, the Hammer says he loved working with Drew back in OVW. Actually, Hammer, can I ask a question? I've been told by, some Australian indie workers that, Drew, when he wrestled down here, for example, I don't know if he's like this over there, but when things don't go the way he likes it, he gets very angry with himself where he starts throwing shit. He's one of those guys. Apparently he's a perfectionist. Yeah, no, he's a real perfectionist when it comes to his match and everything. Well, I don't know. I've never met him, but I've been told that, like, apparently he takes his shit real serious.
He is, bro. That's why he's good at what he does.
Absolutely. That's right. And I love those type of guys too. Brett is one of those guys as well.
85% of the people that he said don't belong there should listen to that.
For sure. I agree. And man, and don't call me Jimmy Meltzer, please.
That's the salami, Jimmy Meltzer.
No. Get the hell out of here.
Ooh, a salami Meltzer, baby. That sounds like a good sandwich.
That's a good sandwich, actually. That would be.
Outside, a little bit of Drew and the women's tag segment. Not a lot of star power.
They should have had a Logan Cena friggin' segment at least on this show.
They had a recap. Again,
here's another recap. Big deal.
These recaps. Another thing I would have loved. We've reached out to Brock Lesnar for a word. We're trying to figure out, what his,
he's
his
already
reasoning.
MIA.
Well, no, and just have him be Brock Lesnar's camp had sent this statement, roll the tape, and then just show footage of him beating the shit out of John Cena at SummerSlam. Like, why aren't we getting the history of those two? You mentioned that there is a rich history. Why aren't we reliving that to get us hyped for what is going to be the final showdown?
Exactly. You're right. Well, the Hammer said Drew was big on magnifying the little things, and see, it's those things that works, man. It's the fundamentals, the small things that always stand down. That's another thing that the Vet's good at, putting out those little things and how to make it better that a lot of people don't see. You know what I mean? So I can see that. Thanks for that info, by the way, Hammer, man. Yeah. And I'm happy that you're back too, dude. I was thinking about you recently. I'm thinking, where's the Hammer been? And here he is. I say his name when he appears. Revamp says the pre-main event of the show was a video package of well, yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I even love how they were like next, and it was a fucking pre-tape package. So yeah,
Well,
great.
before we do take it home, actually, Rick, I did want to ask you one thing, and I know you've spoken about it. We've been on the Monday Locker Room particularly, but what do you think about all this carrying cross situation? Is it a work? Is it a shoot?
I don't care. I that's what my stance is on it. I think us in the bubble, we are so overly occupied about, oh, are they working us? Are they shooting us? You know what? How about we talk about what he's actually doing here? I think Cross is doing a great job on the PR.
He was on Positive Show, by the way.
Congratulations. #1 bookseller. Great.
Yeah,
that is freaking awesome. He's doing some great stuff out there. I seen that, he had revealed that they'd offered him a contract, not Scarlett. I mean, that's like trying to sign Penn and not Teller. They work great together. That's here or there. I'm not going to try to be so over myself as a fan or a smart fan. Am I getting worked or whatever by this? This is one of those I'm going to sit back, enjoy the ride. I love Cross. He does amazing work. I hope he ends up back with the company and that he gets a prominent spot. I'm not going to hold my breath there, but I wish him the best with it. And I'm going to enjoy what he's got going on.
I couldn't agree more, man. You said it yourself. I mean, I just hope he does come back. And
again, it's what's going to be. If he comes back to the company, we're getting all these Nostradamus fans coming out. I called it. Yeah, great. You're so smart. You know everything about professional. You're a smart fan. You're a smart fella.
Smart fella, yeah, exactly, man. But you're right, man. At the end of the day, let's just see what happens. We just watch and see. I just hope they don't screw him that much. You know what I mean?
Watch and see.
There's one more thing I wanted to ask you too, but now it's left my head. Doesn't matter now.
Save it. If you remember, you got to ask me during the watch along.
Yeah, well, that's it. If I remember, I'll ask you during the watch along. So insane that, Rick. Tell them what you're up to. Well, that's one thing. Definitely we do.
That's all I'm up to, baby. That's all. I'm just AAA in it.
But tell them where to find you, and obviously we're AAAing it later on. But
your HMG YouTube channel, baby. Please share the links. All the content, man. Help us keep growing. We're going forward, and we like that. We'd like to pick up the pace.
Absolutely, 100%, man. As I say every week too, just keep liking, subscribing, and keep getting our names out there because, yeah, we are getting out there, and that's a good thing and a positive thing. But if you want to follow me on the Twitter, you can, preferably now at the PWC Network, because obviously my account is just a no-go zone at the moment. But also, yeah, I think that's about it. We'll see you later on the Triple R
8:45 Eastern.
Triple Mania event with myself, R to the B to the V, and of course, let's go Brandon, whoop whoop, where we'll be doing the Triple R Triple Mania watch along.
Iguanas and flamers, baby.
And also, I'd like to thank all of our listeners for tuning in. As per usual, man, we do this, for you guys. So once again, much love to all you guys, and we'll see you later on. You said 5 p.m. Eastern, right? That's when we go live.
Oh, 8:45.
Oh, 8:45. I was going to say, there you go. 8:45 Eastern. Later on tonight for the Triple R watch along. Till then, peace.